Hello. How is everybody? YouTube has got ever such a slight time delay, so I'm just going to wait until I can see me. I can see me there. And just allow a few of you to join in. See, I've got my pumpkin here, all lit and good to go. It's turning round. My witch's cat, that way, behind me. Hi Dagny, hi Susan. Lorianne! I've got a cup of licorice spiced tea in my hand. Ooh! Yeah, I like licorice. Yeah, I could see that would be nice. Have you got milk with it though? Hi Deli. Is that right? If I pronounced your name right? Probably not. I'm good at butchering people's names. Okay. Lovely, that seems to be working. This is the first time I have live streamed using my computer, and I'm also going to be using my overhead camera and doing all sorts of jiggery pokery. So I'm quite excited actually. I look like some kind of weird computer scientist. I've got all my multi-screens in front of me and it's all very exciting. In fact, bear with me 1 minute. I just need to take a little picture because it's quite exciting. There we go. Snap. And I'm going to mute the sound on my computer so you don't get all the pings and dings. Lovely. Lorianne says it's from Stash Teas. I can drink it with or without milk. Ah! The reason I say that to anyone else who's watching is when Lorianne lives in Oregon, in America. When she came over to my studio to do a class with me, she had some Asda's chocolate orange tea and she made it with milk, and yeah, it wasn't good. So I joke about it all the time, but she knows I'm saying it in jest. Okie dokie. Right. So it's saying there's only 5 people watching, but that's absolutely fine. There's no point hanging around because this is something that you're going to either be able to join in with or just watch on the replay and do a little bit later. So this is looking a bit bedraggled now because it's been on my front door for the last, for the last couple of weeks. But I made this little haggy wreath, as I like to call it, raggy haggy wreath. You can see there's little bats. Which way do I go? This way. Here we go. There's little bats hiding in it. And then at the bottom is a pom-pom spider who's lost an eye, so he's a one-eyed spider. And I'm going to show you how to make one of these today, and I'm not going to make another one from start to finish. I'm just going to show you the techniques so that you can make them, and I'm also going to show you how to make a pom-pom spider without a pom-pom maker. Now I've used for this an actual wreath base. So you can see it's a metal wreath base. It's actually a ring that you can buy. I've actually got some of these coming into the shop next week, so if anyone's after any of these, I can send them out to you, because you could use this method for any kind of wreath making. It doesn't have to be Halloween. You could use this to do a Christmas one, for instance, and you could hang a bunch of Christmas baubles, or you could make one of my pom-pom Christmas puddings and hang that on the bottom. So you can use this technique for Christmas too. So if you're watching this on the replay a couple of weeks later, that doesn't matter. It's still a really good technique to use. We're just going to Halloween it because obviously today is Halloween. So yeah, I've used a proper wreath base, as I was saying. Oh, this is silly, I can't work out where my camera is. But what we're going to do today, if you haven't got a proper wreath base, is show you how to use a wire coat hanger. So these are really good because they've actually got the hook built into them already, which is fantastic. So all you're going to do is just literally get your coat hanger and pull it, and I'm not going to do it because I don't want to ruin my coat hanger, but pull it into shape, and you can mould it and shape it so that it's circular. Now, if it's too big and you think it's going to be too large for you, then these are really easy to make smaller. All you're going to do with a pair of wire cutters is just to snip it here. And then you can mould it so that it's smaller, so you can overlap your two ends. You can either remove a piece altogether or just overlap the two edges. And then what you want to find is some gaffer tape or some electrical tape, or worst case scenario, some masking tape. And then you can literally tape over the join, which is just going to make it smooth, because obviously if you cut metal it's going to be sharp and you don't want it to catch fingers. So this gaffer tape I find is the best to do that with, but if you haven't got gaffer tape, electrical tape is a close second, or masking tape, even sticky tape, to be honest. You're not going to see it, it's just going to cover the join and make it safer for you to use. You can obviously create a fairly large circle with one coat hanger, so you might want to make it a little bit smaller, but it's obviously entirely up to you. And that's going to be the base of your wreath if you haven't got a ready bought wreath. So let's just, I'm going to do that thing where I throw it all on the floor and sort it out later. The next thing you're going to want is some fabrics. Now I've got an assortment of fabrics here. These, they don't have to be anything in particular. They don't have to be 100% cotton, poly cotton. It really doesn't matter. You just want an assortment of fabrics. So I've got some black, I've got purple, I've got orange. I've also got some kind of autumnal colours here. I've got some black and white stripe, anything that you think is kind of Halloweeny, or obviously if you're doing it for festive times, then sort of Christmassy fabrics, Christmassy colours. You can also use bits of ribbon and bits of yarn as well if you want to, you know, really mess up the texture. Anything goes. And all you're going to do is cut this fabric into strips. Now what I like to do is make myself a big pile of them, and you can see them here. What I'm going to do now is just switch to the overhead camera so I can show you how I get that raggy effect. So bear with, let's put that one on, and I should be able to make myself small. Whizzy whiz. Let's turn that one on. Come on. Oh, look, I've made that one small and this one big. That's no good. Let's make me small. There was me being all clever, and make that one big. And then put me small on top. Come on, computer, what are you doing? There we go. I thought I was being clever. Move my keyboard out of the way. And then you can see what's what. Is that working? Let me just make sure that pops through all right. Yes, that's all working. Lovely. So I've got these left over from my wreath that I made earlier. So what I like to do when I'm creating these strips is make piles, so that I can make a pile of orange, for instance. I can make a pile of brown, I can make a pile of purple, and so I can reach into these different piles, and then I do a pile of patterned as well. So I create the piles. You're going to need a lot more than that, but that way, if you're making your wreath, you can work your way through your different designs. So let me show you how I make these strips, because as you can see, they're really raggedy, and that's what gives it a really nice textured look. So I'll take a piece of orange. So I've got a scrap piece here, and what I do is I use my fabric scissors to just cut the pieces into the right kind of length that I want. So these are about 5 inches roughly in length, and you do just want this all to be very, very rough. And then you're just going to snip into your pieces of fabric and rip. And by ripping, it's giving you that really nice textured effect. So you can just rip your pieces into shape. Is anyone crafting along with me today? Or are you all just watching and going to have a go later? Hi Becca, how are you? Did you have difficulty getting in? Thank you, Judith. It is clever. It's a clever system. So you can see there, I'm just ripping, and you want to just keep ripping up your fabrics until you've got yourself some really nice piles. So this, I can't believe how much I've got left of this. Oh, a big piece. If you're in my sewing club, you will have seen Leslie made some lovely bags and things with this fabric the other day. It's really beautiful. It's got all this gold in it. It's just a Macawa fabric. It's nothing special, but it is really lovely. So again, you're going to get your piece of fabric, snip into it at sort of 2-3 centimetre intervals, and just tear. This is quite lovely to do. I really enjoy it. So you can see that's giving me lots of really nice pieces. And just create yourself lots of piles of your fabrics. So keep them separate. So do what I do. I've gone from orange, my brown, my purples, and my patterns. And the reason I'm going to do that, let me grab my hanger, is that when it comes to tying it onto your wreath or your base or whatever you choose to use, you're going to alternate. So you're going to take an orange one first as an example, start at the top, and you're just going to literally tie it with one knot onto the wire. So it's going to sit and look like that. Nothing fancy. Then you're going to go with a brown one. Judith says, I'm sewing a Myosotis dress hack rather than crafting. Ooh, what's that? Sounds exciting. So tie on a brown one, and then you can just push it up so that it's next to the orange one. And then go to the next colour, and you're just going to keep alternating. You don't want to put all of the colours next to each other, because otherwise you're going to end up with blocks. I say that, you might just want this all to be one fabric, in which case just fill your boots, keep tying. Especially if you're doing Christmas, you could do a big block of red and then a big block of white and then a big block of red and a big block of white, so it looks kind of like a candy cane. It's obviously entirely up to you. I've cut these strips a little bit short, so they're a bit fiddly to tie. There we go. You don't want to go too short, else they're hard to do. And you're just going to keep bunching them up and just keep adding and adding and adding. It takes ages. It took me about an hour, I think, to do my last one. Hence why I'm not going to be actually crafting with you. But as you can see, once it's all attached, I'll show you from the back, it starts to look really nice, really raggedy. You can kind of mould the fabric and place it as you want it. You'll be surprised, you don't have to push it all really, really close together. This is a double ring, so it's got an inner ring which isn't actually covered and an outer ring, and I've tied all my fabric to the outer ring, and then as you can see it just covers that inner ring quite nicely. So that's how you're going to make your actual raggedy fuzzy wreath. And then once you've created that, then you can add the decoration. So I've just stuck on some of these little bat stickers that I've got, and I've had those, actually I've pinched those from my daughter. They're here, look, they're really cute. We got these, I think we bought these in America actually 2 years ago when we were there for Halloween, probably from Joann's or Hobby Lobby or somewhere like that. They might have even been from Dollar Tree. But you can pick up stickers like this in the pound shop, various places. You might have them in your stash. I love these because they've got the little googly eyes on them. And I just literally stuck those into the fabric, which was great. So the next thing you're going to want to make once you've finished your wreath, let me just put these fabrics to one side. I'm going to put them back into this bag. I'm sure they will come in handy another day, is to make your pom-pom spider. Now for that you're just going to want some black wool. If you've got a pom-pom maker, then obviously you can use a pom-pom maker. I would go with the yellow sized one if you're using the Clover pom-pom makers, but I'm going to show you how to make a spider using the communal kitchen fork and some pipe cleaners. Now you want 4 pipe cleaners because they're going to make your legs. So 4 times 2 is 8. And how many spiders have 8 legs? All spiders. So first thing you want to do, just take in your black wool and your fork, is just to cut yourself a fairly long piece. And this is going to be what you're going to use to tie up your pom-pom. So I'm doubling mine up so that it's nice and strong, because you don't want to pull on your yarn and break it. So doubling that up nice and strong. I think that's probably about 7 inches roughly doubled, so 14 inches in total. And I'm just going to place that through the center prong of my fork and just let it hang. It's hard to show you. Let it hang like so. That's just going to be in there. And then I'm going to pull it down so it's out of the way and take my yarn. Now this is quite nice if you've got like textured yarn, you can use textured yarn. And I'm just going to wrap it around, start to wrap it around the fork. If you've got like a fuzzy black yarn. Can you hear that rain? It's really coming down. I hope it stops for this evening. We're not going to go out trick-or-treating, but we will be opening the door to any tricksters. Should put the pumpkin outside. So keep winding and winding and winding around your fork. You want it to be fairly fat. And you only really want to wind, just pushing that down around probably the first sort of inch and a half. There we go. And then I'm just going to cut that yarn. And then with the yarn that you placed through the centre, if I put this down, it'll be easier to show you. You're going to tie a knot, but before you do, you want to insert your spider's legs. So the easiest way to do that is to take your 4 pipe cleaners and just push them through the very centre. Let me see if I can make that a bit brighter for you. Hang on. That's better, isn't it? So I'm just going to open up a gap in the centre of my fork there so that I can push each of my legs through so that they're sitting in the middle. So I've literally pushed that halfway through. That's 1. And these are going to sit right in the middle of your pom-pom. So put them through individually. It's a bit fiddly to do. Pull through. Come on, you. It's got caught a bit of the yarn. Best laid plans and all that. Come on, pipe cleaner. There we go. That's 2 through. And then third one. And the fourth one. So these are going right through the very centre of what you've wrapped around your fork. And then you just move them to one side. You're going to take that yarn that you placed around the bottom of your fork, bring it up and tie it into a knot. And give it a really good pull. You want to pull it really tightly. So what that's doing, you can see it's cinching up all of that, the yarn that you've wrapped around. And as you tie it really tightly, it's going to cinch that yarn up and it's going to trap those legs in place. So I'm going to tie that in a double knot. And then whilst it's still on your fork, you're then going to snip up either side, which is going to give it a fuzzy look. If you don't do this, then you're going to end up with a loopy spider, which doesn't look bad. And it helps if you get some really sharp scissors. These aren't that sharp. So all the way up one side, so it's all fuzzy. And then all the way up the other side. Hi Laura. Lorianne says, I ate some mushy peas once with one of your forks. Yes, you did, Lorianne. Okay, and then you can pull your pom-pom off your fork and you can hold on to him with the tails. You can trim off some of the tails if you want to. So there's your pom-pom spider, and then you just want to pull his legs so that they're even, and if you want to you can bend the legs a little bit so they've got little feet and move them out because they're pipe cleaners. They'll let you move him about. I love making these. I think they're really effective when you use a fork as well because they give you that kind of flat pom-pom. It's not quite so ball-like. There he is. There's your pom-pom spider. How cute is he? And then if you've got googly eyes, you can stick googly eyes on him. I got, these are from America as well actually. I bought these, I think they're from Joann's or somewhere. We got a whole reel of sticky eyes and they're all different. I think they're brilliant. So I'm just going to stick those on him. Bring him to life. How cool is he? How much fun. So there's your little pom-pom spider that you can hang from either the bottom of your wreath or you can hang him in the centre, or you could make lots of these and you could stick these all on a wreath. So if you just had one of the rings, or you could just add lots of spiders all the way around. It could be a big spider, or you could take a coat hanger and you could put it in a circle. You could put thread or yarn across, a bit like a dream catcher, and stick a spider in the middle. There's so many different things that you can do. So what I'm going to do now is try and play with this again so that I can put him down there and make me bigger. Let's bring him to the front. Hello. Oh, come on. I'm not very good at this, am I? No. Let's just do it like that, shall we? He should be in the front. There we go. It'll have to just stay like that. So there's your little spider. I absolutely love him. There is so much you can do to make Halloween wreaths. They're all really, really easy. I love all the little emojis that are coming up. Brilliant. Becca's got a little ghost. Already done my grandmother half-term duties for half-term. This looks great. I'm putting it on the back burner for next Halloween. Absolutely, Becca. That was the whole idea. Our idea of today was just to get you maybe watching, spending some time with your family, having a bit of crafty time. Obviously that's hard at the moment because we can't all be together, but I thought by doing it live on YouTube there would probably be some people that would be able to watch from different households and still have fun together, which is really nice. I love all the emojis of the scary faces. Ooh. Ingenious spiders, says Becca, definitely going to make one or two. They are addictive. I do love him. He's very cute. In fact, I really like him. He's got lots of personality. I think he should hang up here next to my pumpkin. Yeah, I'm going to have to put my pumpkin outside later and he's going to get ruined because it's absolutely peeing it down here at the moment. Okay, has anyone got any questions? If so, feel free to pop it in the chat and I will answer it. If not, I will love you and leave you and let you spend the rest of your day being crafty whilst we await the imminent 4 o'clock announcement from Mr. Johnson. I'm really looking forward to that. Anyone else? So yeah, happy Halloween everybody, says Lorianne. Laura says, he is fab. He is. Go make one, Laura. He's very cute. He needs a friend, I think. I might have to make him a friend. I've got some purple yarn here, actually. I might make a purple and black one. And see how I get on. So, okie dokie. Right, this will be up as a replay, so if you're watching it on the replay later, please feel free to add to the chat and the replay. If you do make a Halloween wreath using my tutorial, I would love to see it, so please do take a picture, share it on social media. If you haven't already joined our free Facebook community, then please do so. It's called BTHQ. Go find it, search it out, join it. It's a really nice place to hang out and talk to like-minded crafty people. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do. I am almost at 10,000 subscribers and I would love to get there by Christmas. So please, please, please hit that subscribe button. Share this with your friends and family and let me see what you make. Rekha said, what's his name? I'm going to call him Boris, actually, in honour of Boris Johnson. Boris the spider. Lorianne says, let us in, Boris. Yes, not the spider, but yeah, Lorianne lives in America. She's desperate to come to the UK. Likewise, I am desperate to get out to America at the moment. You are welcome, Susan. I will see you all in another live stream soon. If we do go into lockdown, which is inevitable, I think I will probably be doing some more of these over the next couple of weeks or so, and doing some Christmas crafts with you. So I'm going to hit end stream and I will see you all soon. Thanks for watching.